have bone-on-bone knee arthritis pain and movement just seems impossible for you, especially to avoid flaring up your pain, I want to show you that you can move for 10 minutes without flaring up your knee arthritis pain. So my name's Alyssa. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and I'm an arthritis specialist. And I'm going to take you through this 10-minute workout that's going to show you how to move without flaring up your knee arthritis pain. All you need is a chair and that's it. All right, let's get started. To get started, I want you to turn your chair so you can use it to hang onto it, because a lot of times with bone-on-bone knee pain, you're not very confident in that knee. Sometimes it can even feel like it's going to give out. And so having some support can be very helpful, especially when you're trying to exercise with bone-on-bone knee pain. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to start by standing on the knee that feels okay. If they're both bone on bone, pick one. We're going to do both anyways. So stand on the leg that's on the outside of the chair. Now all I want you to do is you're just going to step forward and step back. Step forward and step back. Now this is just very light. Push through the chair. The reason I don't want the chair on the other side is because a lot of times people lean. So I want you to stay as upright as possible, and all you're doing is just stepping forward and back. Forward and back. The bigger step you take, the harder it's going to be. And now I want you to stay with that right foot in front. So that inside foot closest to the chair is now in front. You're going to stand like this in a staggered position, and I want you to try to let go if you can. Now, what we're going to do is you're just going to stand here and you're going to swing your arms forward and back. If you're not confident in your balance, I want you to stay in this position. If you are, and you feel like your balance is okay or you're ready for a challenge, I want you to move that front foot back just a little bit so your feet are closer. Now I just want you to swing your arms forward and back. Balance is extremely crucial if you have bone-on-bone arthritis pain, because essentially you're just making all of those muscles work at once. Now from here, I want you to stay in this position, but now what I want you to do is you're going to reach across. You're going to reach across. The chair is there if you need it, but I do want to try to challenge you to do this without hanging on. And we're just reaching across. You're just turning just a little bit. I don't want you to turn a bunch in your knees. And we have 3, 2, and 1. Now what I'm going to have you do is now move the chair to the other side. So now, like I said, we're doing both sides. So now all your weight's in that other leg, so the leg that's furthest from the chair, and you're just going to step forward and back. Again, I like to have the support on the opposite side that you're standing so you feel more upright. I don't want you to feel like you're really leaning to the side. And we're just getting some weight through that leg, nothing extravagant. And we're just going to do about 4 more here. This should not necessarily be flaring up your pain significantly. A little bit of discomfort is okay. And now keep that inside foot in front and let go. If you feel confident in this position, see if you can move that foot back a little bit. And now you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to swing your arms forwards and backwards, just like you're walking, maintaining your balance. If you need to, move your front foot out a little bit wider. That's going to make it a little bit easier. And now from here, I want you to take those arms diagonally. So you're reaching across. This tends to be a little bit harder. Use that support if you need to. Focusing on using all of those muscles in your ankle and your shin and your hip. Every muscle you have is trying to keep you upright. 3, 2, and 1. All right, now you're going to hang on to the back of the chair. Make sure you have just a little bit of space behind you. You're going to take a small bend in the knees, just like you're just going to bend them super quick. We're not going into a squat. Okay, now take about a step away from the chair. You're going to sit back in your hips and then stand up forward. Play around with your distance from the chair so it doesn't feel awkward, but all you're doing is sitting your bottom back. Your knees are just staying slightly bent, no more. This is not a squat. You're bending. And when you're bending, I want you to feel the backs of those legs and those glutes really work. Squeeze up at the top. Now, if this feels okay to you, add a little bit of speed to it. I want you to try to stand up as powerfully as you can. Power. Snap those hips. Notice my knees aren't really bending all that much at all. So this one can be really nice to the knees, but it gets the hips working how they should. I want you to power up. And that's what I typically call these, is power ups. Because I want you to squeeze and really focus on the backs of those legs and those glutes. And we're just going to do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to return back to those in a second. But now, what I want you to do is now you're going to stand on that outside leg again. And I want you to step as far away as you can, but still maintain contact with whatever object you're using. Now, you're going to push and step inwards. But I really want you to think about pushing off that outside leg. So instead of thinking of stepping with that inside leg, I want you to think about pushing away from that outside leg. It adds a little bit of speed to it maybe, but think about pushing away, using that support as you land. Push away. I want you to really use your hips on that outside leg. Push away. Push away. Push away. We have 3, 2, and last one. Okay, we're gonna stay on this side for a second, then we'll switch to the other. Now, this one I want you to try not to hold on to, but if you need to, you absolutely can. So, you're gonna touch forward, sideways, and backwards, meeting in the middle every time. Forward, sideways, backwards. Forward, sideways, backwards. Again, using the chair on the opposite side if you need it. Forward, sideways, and backwards. Feel that hip really start to work. Forward, sideways, backwards. Let's just do 3 more times all the way around. Forward, sideways, backwards. 2 more. Forward, sideways, and last one. Forward, sideways, backwards. Okay, before we switch to the other side, we're gonna do 1 more round of the power-ups. So, find a position that feels okay to you, and then you're gonna sit those hips back and squeeze forward. I really want you to try to get some power this time. The power being squeezing your hips forward. Use the chair for support. Go down as far as you feel comfortable. The further you go down, the harder it's gonna be. And so I want you to find a position that feels good to you. Small bend in the knees. It's not a squat. We have 5 more. 4, squeeze. Squeeze your hips. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now just gonna flip to the other side. So move your chair, or you can just turn around. First, you're just gonna step away so you are about an arm's length away from whatever you're using. You're gonna push away from that outside leg. Instead of thinking of stepping, I want you to try to see if you can push away from that outside leg. Might feel a little weird. Push away. Drive your body away from that leg. Use that hip. Push away. Use as much support as you need to on this one. As you land, make it as soft as you can. Your core is involved in this too, even if you don't realize it. Let's just do 5 more here. Push away. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. All right, now if you can let go, go ahead and do that. If you need to, hang on, but you're tapping forward, middle, side, middle, back, middle. We have 6 more times all the way around. Like I said, if you need to just hang on, try to be as light as you can on your hand that's holding on. I want you really to try to support all of your weight on that leg. We have 4 more. All the way around. 3, 2, and last time all the way around. Awesome job. Now, all I want you to do is stand at your chair, facing the chair, and you're gonna kick. Bring those heels up as high as you can. Even if your knee's feeling stiff and you can only get up a little bit, I want you to do that. Right now, we're focusing on the backs of your legs. But the thing of it is, I want you to try to do it as fast as you can. Because if we just stand here, this exercise can feel pretty easy. I really want you to try to go as fast as you can, getting your heels up. Try to stand up tall. Try not to lean forward on whatever you're using for support. Keep going. We have 15 seconds left. Start to feel the backs of those legs really start to work. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now I want you just to stay on one leg. Choose one. We'll do both. And I just want you to do 3 as slow as you can. So now raise up as slow as you can and come down as slow as you can. Just 3 each side. And then when you have 3, switch to the other side. So now you're just going as slow as you can. Really think about the backs of those legs. Pull that leg up with the backs of those legs. And then last one. Okay, last exercise before we end it today. Step away from the support. I just want you to stand here. I want you just to bend your knees just a little bit, just so they're not locked out. Now, you're going to take both arms, and what I want you to do is I just want you to use your core, tighten those muscles up, make sure you breathe, though it's not a squeeze as hard as you can, and you're just going to take those arms side to side. Small bend in the knees, use that core, and just move your arms. Notice my shoulders aren't twisting. Shoulders are staying right where they're at, and all you're doing is taking those arms sideways. Doing cardio movements with your arms can be really beneficial, even for your knee arthritis, because right now we're focusing on putting all of our weight. As we twist, you're kind of switching where your weight's at in your legs. Even if you didn't even notice that, even if you're focusing on your arms, that's the goal. We don't want to be focusing on our knee all the time. Sometimes it's good to forget about it every once in a while. And we have 10 seconds here. Make sure you're breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, you have made it through the exercises for bone-on-bone knee arthritis. Now, if you know someone that has bone-on-bone knee arthritis, share this video with them and make sure if you did like this video and if your knees do feel better, I want you to go ahead and click that red subscribe button below, because that way you can get updates when I release new videos. I have lots of videos where this came from, and so one of my best beginner, most popular videos, the link is going to be below. So if you felt good doing this, I challenge you to try that video tomorrow or in a few days when you're planning to work out. Movement is the best thing, even for bone-on-bone knee arthritis. I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching.